Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kim with Creative Crafticality, and today I am unboxing another paint set that I received from Chalkola. I'll have the link for it down below. This is a gouache paint set, and if you don't know what gouache is, it's kind of a combination or middle ground between watercolor and acrylic. So it has the capabilities of watercolor to where you can intensify the color or use water, add water to make it more of a diffused color. But then it has the qualities of acrylic to where it is it starts out nice, thick and creamy, and you can get the more opaque color if you want it that way. So yeah, I love these. I haven't used gouache in such a long time, back in college, so it's been several years. But this set is a 36 color set, and just love the packaging, love the parrots on the front there. This comes with the other items just like the acrylic set that I showed you in the previous video. I'll put the link for that down below. But it has a nice set of artist brushes that we're going to try out with this. It has a sponge, it has a palette knife, and then I thought it was awesome that it came with a swatch sheet. So I can put all those different colors in here so I can see what they look like, which is awesome. I'm probably going to be doing one with the acrylic set as well, just so I can see what the colors look like on watercolor paper. This is a nice watercolor thick paper on here, so that'll be great. And then it comes with the 36 colors. So there's 2 trays in here. These tubes are a little bit smaller, and probably because they're like watercolor. So these are, let's see, 0.41 fluid ounces or 12 milliliters. So it has every color that you would think, as well as a gold, a rose gold, and then it has a pearl white up here, a silver, a bronze, and then every other color you can think of. 2 titanium whites. So this is an awesome set. So stick around, and what I'm going to be doing with these to start off is making some distressing tags for my journals, some fall ones for my fall journals coming up. So stick around if you want to see how I do that and how these paints end up working out. So I made 3 different styles, and I think they turned out so beautiful. I pulled in a piece of parchment paper to protect my work surface, and then I have that paint palette there and a brush about a 1/2 inch size. And then I picked out one of my leaves. These were just leaves I found in my yard on different trees and bushes, so I'm not really sure what kind they are. I picked out 4 different colors from my paint set. They all kind of worked well together for fall, so I put a little dollop in each of their little spots there. And then I have a bowl of water, so I'm just going to go through and add some water to the brush, to the paints, and water them down a little bit and paint the back of the leaf. And so I just go through and paint the one color and do just random spots all over the page to, you know, kind of in different directions, full prints on the paper, and then some of them I stamped where the leaf was going off the paper. And so I basically just did this until I thought I had enough of that color on the page, and then moved on to another color. So now I rinsed my brush out, added some more water to that color, and I'm going to add that all over the page as well. I have a little helper with me there. She enjoys painting too. Now I'm moving on to the third color. I believe this one is a, I can't remember. I think it's a rose gold, one of the metallic paints. All these three styles are pretty simple, and they just kind of remind me of elementary school leaf stamping, you know. I love doing this kind of stuff because it just, no matter what happens, it always turns out looking really cool. So now I'm on to the fourth color, the darker brown. And the paint colors kind of get mixed a little bit because I'm not washing my leaf in between, and I'm not washing my brush completely because my water is pretty much the yellow color right now, or like an orangey yellow. But now I'm just going through and adding in where I think the other, I need more colors from the other colors, and filling in all the white spots because I just want this background to be full of color. And I'd say I would pick a leaf that has a lot of the grain texture on the back, the little veins of the leaf, and this one has that definitely. And the beauty of this style of background paper and painting is that it dries pretty quickly. Probably within 10 minutes, this paper was dry. Okay, now I'm going to work on another style of background. And I'm going to use, let's see, what did I do for this one? Yeah, I'm going to use the same leaf, and I have a white crayon, and I'm going to put it like the back side of the leaf up and put my paper on top of it and just move it around the paper and take my white crayon on its side and color over the top of that leaf. It's kind of hard to see where you've put it. You have to hold up the page and kind of at an angle to see where the leaf has been before, but it doesn't matter. I'm trying to fill up the page with moving it around, but if you overlap it, that's fine. It still looks really neat after you do the watercolor over the top. You could do this with more complicated leaf patterns, but this one just seemed to be really easy to move around. Now I'm using the same colors. I'm going to add in a couple more there. And I think I do eventually use the other little paint spots too. But now what I'm doing here is painting over with my gouache colors, and you want it to be pretty liquidy so that it blends in with the other colors when you put those down on the other leaf patterns. And it's hard to see now the images that will come through. You kind of have to let the paint dry a little bit, and you'll see at the end here how it turns out. So I'm taking that one color and going around just like I did with the stamping of the leaf. I'm trying to disperse all the different colors throughout the whole page. And it seems like the impression comes through a little bit more if your paint is pretty liquidy and not quite as opaque. There kind of just has to be a happy medium between the opaqueness and the liquid part for the impression to come through the best. Now just kind of going in with the colors and filling in the white spots, even though there isn't a leaf impression underneath. I just wanted the whole page to be covered. So that is that one, and you'll see it at the end when I reveal it, but I'll let that dry and pull in another piece of paper. And with this one, I'm taking my sponge that came in the kit and some other shapes of leaves and just putting them all over the paper in different spots and like the composition that I want with those leaves. Just lay them all over the page. I'm just going to start now and do some sponging around the edges of the leaves. You have to hold the leaf down and then just pull it up as you go. I decided to move my leaves as I went around. And the thing with this is you do not want your sponge to be very wet, otherwise the texture of the paint created by the sponge will just kind of blend and not be, I think it doesn't look as good. So just make sure you kind of squeeze the water out onto another piece of paper, or yeah. I definitely liked my first page that I did of this process because I had some leaves from a tree that actually had each leaf bunch was tiny little leaves onto one little branch, if that makes sense. I don't know what they call that little part of the leaf in the middle, but I wasn't able to pick those off. It was actually a tree that was being cut down that had fallen. A couple of the big branches had fallen, so they came and cut the whole tree down because it was dying. But those little leaves there is what was left over from those leaf pieces that I picked off the tree. So I was trying to arrange them and in hopes of making that little leaf impression because it was really cool on the other page. But it didn't work the greatest because of course the leaves aren't going to stay there in one spot. But I still think this page turned out really cute, really pretty. Now there's a lot of white on this because of using just the single leaves there. So I'm going to go through and add some sponges throughout the page to fill in the white spots. So that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Go ahead and check out Chalkola's Gouache paint set. I'll have the link down below. And I'll see you again next time. This is Kim with Creative Crafticality. Bye. God bless.